Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about urban water pollution, some of the effects, causes, and management options for urban water pollution. So first we're going to talk about the effects of surface water pollution, which can lead to various health problems, economic costs, which would be the cost of additional treatment, and then amenity losses, which is just the local area won't look as good if you have standing surface water, and all the problems that come with it. So some of the causes of surface water pollution are pricing policies, unclear property rights. So basically, it's not clear who exactly is responsible for cleaning up pollution. Poor regulations or enforcement of those regulations, municipal and industrial waste disposal practices. So sometimes the way that we just dispose of waste is not the most efficient way in general, and we need to come up with new ways. Urban runoff and irrigation practices. Some of the management options include marginal cost pricing, regulations, standards, licensing, and charges, improved monitoring and enforcement of existing regulations, demand management and wastewater reuse, appropriate technologies, land use controls, and waste management. So, some of the effects of groundwater depletion are reduced water quality from various chemicals being put into the groundwater, health impacts caused by lack of access to clean water, and economic costs associated with the cleanup. Some of the causes are further pricing policy issues, unclear property rights, poor regulations and/or enforcement, which you'll notice is kind of a pattern, unsustainable extraction practices, sanitation, municipal and industrial waste disposal practices, and poor demand management. Some of the management options for groundwater pollution depletion are marginal cost pricing, regulations, standards, licensing, and charges, waste management, use of appropriate technology, demand management, and controls on land use and sources of information. And lastly, we're going to talk about coastal and lake pollution. The effects of this are health effects due to contaminated seafood and direct contact with polluted water, loss of recreational resources and tourism revenues. So for cities that are on, say, the Great Lakes or on lakes or rivers, they might rely on tourism for their local economy, and also their economy might be involved fishing, which some of the effects are damages to fisheries. And then there's the amenity loss and eutrophication, which eutrophication is eutrophication is the excessive richness of nutrients in a lake or other body of water, which can cause overgrowth of vegetation, which can cause further damage to fisheries. Some of the causes of this are unclear property rights, poor regulations or enforcement of those regulations, municipal and industrial waste disposal practices, and disposal of shipboard wastes. So if we could implement solutions, such as regulations and standards, licensing charges, use of appropriate technology, zone management, and land use control, which just cuts off further development on these areas that are in danger, use of shipping facilities, and waste management. And along with the other options laid forward and the other issues, then we can combat some of the issues that are caused by these various different sources of pollution. Thanks very much.